Student teaching instructional video, lesson plan, pre-observation, review, lesson plan, post-observation, evaluation. Before we show, let's remind ourselves the process. 1. Candidates create their lesson in the Lesson Builder portion of TaskStream. They send the lesson plan, they request comments to you within the program of their study. Step 2, candidates would then complete the pre-observation form, in which they would request comments and send it to you for your review and feedback. Remember, candidates have not taught the lesson as of yet. This is the process of the pre-observation and review of lesson for feedback and comment. Once this has been completed and you, the instructor supervisor, have reviewed the pre-observation form and the lesson itself, the candidate teaches the lesson. Directly after teaching the lesson, the candidate completes the post-observation form. They, in turn, then submit the post-observation form to you, in which then, in evaluator mode, you score the lesson taught, the lesson created, and the pre- and post-observation forms per rubrics components 1, 2, and 3. Let us see how this works. Remembering I'm in reviewer mode, I'm going to choose the K-6 program. I'm going to show all types of work for all people and click Continue. Here you will see that I have a lesson plan that was submitted to me. In this example, I am pretending to be the student. I have created a pretend lesson in the Lesson Plan Builder menu option of TaskStream, and I have sent it to myself to request comments, because I have not taught the lesson as of yet. As the supervisor, I would open the lesson plan, review, and add comments. Of course, this is a pretend lesson with no content. You can imagine that you would be able to comment on each of these sections, making your information clear and direct. When you have completed your review and it is finished, you add your comments. You can then review the pre-observation form. Going back to the search, you'll see then there is also a submission of a pre-observation form. The instructor supervisor scrolls down to the candidate's work submitted. This example, I'm using a formal lesson observation submitted in Practicum 2, but it can be the same for candidates submitting in student teaching. It's all the same process. The supervisor clicks on the lesson, clicks on the pre-observation form. The supervisor evaluates by reviewing the information that is provided. In this example, no content has been entered. Of course, we are just showing that for purposes of understanding. A real candidate would have all this filled out. You then would review it, and in this space here, enter in your comments for the pre-observation form. Remember, we have not yet evaluated anything. The candidate has not yet taught the lesson. You are only in review mode before the lesson is taught, entering in the information. Now that you have reviewed and provided feedback on the candidate's lesson, and you have reviewed and provided information and feedback on the candidate's pre-observation form, it is now then time to go to the evaluator mode after the candidate has taught the lesson and completed the post-observation, and you are ready to evaluate the candidate's work. Now, we are in evaluator mode. Within evaluator mode, we are going to then, of course, evaluate the lesson taught, planned and prepped, pre and post observation. To do that, in Evaluation tab or Evaluator tab, we go to the program in which the student submitted the work to us. In this instance, we can type in the candidate's name. I'm using my name because I submitted the work to myself. Here is the formal lesson observation in terms of evaluation. Same principle. We click on Evaluate. In this situation, as we evaluate and score the work, two windows will appear. You are very accustomed to that. You'll have the rubric that is connected to not only the lesson that was shared with you for component 1, and you provided feedback to that. It is also connected to the pre and post observation form and the lesson you observed. And so then you would complete the lesson plan analysis form, providing scores and comments, as well as the DPass evaluation of components 1, components 2, 3, providing comments to those particular sub-elements. We have then submitted, or we have then reviewed and then evaluated the student's work for their formal lesson. This process would repeat itself for lesson 1, 2, 3, and 4.